Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I'm joined here with my 17-year-old son, Porter, who loves fitness. And in this video, we're going to be talking about teaching kids to love fitness. I have always loved fitness. In fact, I was kind of a tomboy growing up, loving the sports and that kind of thing. And Porter, sports nut. He loves fitness. In fact, everyone in our family likes to be physically active. I would say London the least. But really, and she's the one who literally, it looks like she needs no fitness. But anyway, it's always so funny. But we love doing things, and your dad was a tennis player, loved to play basketball, stuff like that. So we love working out as a family. In this video, we're going to talk about how we nurtured fitness in our family environment, even though sometimes maybe you weren't in the mood, right? So Porter, fitness is not something that everybody loves. And I know there was a time when, even though I was promoting fitness every day, we were trying to go to the track and trying to do exercises all the time, you are not in the mood.
Nope.
You were not in the mood. Why were you not in the mood? Let's give some insight. Why would a person not want to do fitness?
I just thought it was boring at the time. I was just like, what's this going to do for me? I just got to go run around in a circle.
Yeah, you're like, pointless.
I didn't see a point, yep.
Yeah, you would rather be doing other things like climbing the tree or whatever it is, which is kind of fitness in and of itself. But yeah, he didn't like the organized fitness thing. You were playing soccer at the time still. And because Porter loves soccer, he's done a ton of club soccer and competition stuff and school sports teams and those kinds of things. So, but you really changed. It was like all of a sudden, it was like a switch that went off, and suddenly I'm seeing Post-it notes on your wall. And why were there Post-it notes on your wall about fitness? What did they say?
Like go on a run or do push-ups or sit-ups, just all the exercises that I wanted to do.
Yeah, that he didn't want to do before. So he switched. Was it something to do with your age, do you think? Or was there a time when maybe your age just didn't crave it, but then a time when your age did? Or was there something else there that maybe gave you this idea that fitness is a good idea?
It might have been my age. I think it really clicked when I saw the progress that I was making from when I was just eating all the candy, just not really worried about it. I was still playing soccer, but then when I started focusing on less sugar, and really working hard on the fitness, I got so much better, so much faster.
So what you're saying is you saw some results.
Yeah.
You saw yourself getting stronger. Probably your endurance was better because of the less sugar. Porter kind of went not just fitness, but health and fitness, right? This was a big shift for him. And on his wall, he would have these little Post-it notes where he would track his progress. He was governing himself with his own fitness. And this was so inspiring to see, especially because initially it wasn't something he wanted to do. So let's tell everybody about some things that we did in our family to foster this idea that fitness was okay, even though you did go through a time when it wasn't your favorite. And I think we need to say that you may be doing all the right things in your family to foster a love of fitness, but it might be a time where a person's feeling a little lazy and they don't want to do it. That doesn't mean they're not learning lessons about it. And I think that your story proves that there was a time he didn't want to do it, but he still knew that was a recipe for some good success that he probably wanted in the future. Before we get to the recipe that we put in place in our family to instill a love of fitness in our children, we should invite them to do something, Porter. What do you think if we invite them to subscribe? Yes, subscribe to this channel. There are so many videos that happen here that you will not want to miss that help your family bond closer together, improve your family relationships, and problem solving. So hit that subscribe button now. So Porter didn't always love the fitness, but we were still doing it all the time. Okay, so we homeschooled as a family, which meant that we had all the latitude in the world for fitness. You could play outside, you could be jumping on the trampoline, running around, riding bicycles, that kind of stuff with your siblings, which you guys did do on a regular basis, and that's called play.
Yep.
And so if you're playing outside a lot, that increases fitness and makes you feel a little bit more energetic, right? But as a family, we would do family activities where we would go to the park and maybe play tennis. Or one of our favorites lately has been what?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. We love pickleball. It's so great. It's like good for old people. But like Porter kills it on the pickleball court. We made sure that we had sports equipment at our house. That was important too. I do think that even if a person is not gifted at sports, everyone should learn the basics of them and feel like they can kind of play along, even if it's just for social reasons. So we had jump ropes, pogo sticks, every kind of ball, every kind of game that you could play, and put a big, huge basketball standard in front of our house so that we could have places to play. And we were always doing that. And whenever there was a break from studies, we would say, hey, let's go outside and shoot some hoops, right? And you in London would go out and shoot some hoops or maybe play some foursquare or something like that out in the front of our house. But I think the biggest thing was that I actually made fitness a priority for me. So do you remember what I did? You were little, you were tiny. When you were growing up, every morning, early in the morning, I did something. Do you remember what it was?
I
would go somewhere.
On a walk.
Not on a walk. I went to the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what I did at the pool? What did I do?
Did water aerobics.
Yes, I taught water aerobics at our city pool for a long time. And I started when Porter was a baby, and then I probably only did it until you were about 6 years old. So that was a stretch to try to get you to remember that. But that was part of our family culture. I would go and I would exercise, and everyone knew that I was exercising. But then after that, I decided I needed to exercise with my children. So this was the change. About the time you were around 6 years old, I said, we are going to go walking, we are going to play games or something. And so we kept picking different places to go walking every day, or running if you wanted to run, or you could bring the soccer ball and play on the field or whatever, wherever we were. You could do something that was fitness related. And sometimes it was bikes and scooters and stuff like that, but it was always something that would keep us going. And we did it as a family. Do you have any kind of memories of those times of doing fitness as a family?
Oh yeah, going to the park all the time. We all were just doing our own thing, or play frisbee, or
frisbee. That's
some of the best memories.
Yeah, frisbee. Oh my, and the football and the catch and all the stuff. Super fun memories. And honestly, I have to say, Porter, you're kind of like an all-around fitness. Like you can do kind of anything, which is incredible. You're very strong and just anyway, and I use his muscles. Like I have to say that. Like I don't know if that's exploitation, but I'm like, Porter, come lift this anyway because he's so strong. Porter, there was another thing that we did though as a family, and that was goal setting. Do you remember all the goal setting? So every week we do something called a
family meeting and a mentor meeting.
Yes, those are two things. Family meeting all together. We would set family goals, sometimes including fitness. And then we had our individual mentor meetings. And in our individual mentor meetings, you would set goals for your own fitness. And oftentimes that's why those little notes ended up on the wall, because he would set a goal for himself and he wanted to accomplish his goal. And they were sometimes really funny. Stuff like run for 30 days and then you get ice cream. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to do all this fitness and then feed yourself junk. Okay, fine. But it motivated you, right?
Yep.
That's what he wanted. So we would set these goals in our mentor meetings, and we set goals on all different areas. We're not going to talk about the logistics of the full mentor meeting, but the point that I'm making here is we had a time to talk about your goals and plans. And I feel like you making goals and plans did have an impact on you. Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. It helped me set myself up for when I move out, I can still make goals and still make plans for the week.
Yeah, for sure. So Porter makes goals in every aspect of his life. He's very driven. He follows through. And I do think it was overcoming this fitness thing that actually was a big turning point for you. Setting goals and actually following through with the fitness because you decided you cared about it. That made all the difference. Now, if you're thinking, my child literally doesn't care, they will revolt, they don't like it, my suggestions to you are these. Do your own fitness. Make sure you set that example. That's super important. Invite them to come with you. Make a lot of your game time active time. Bond with them. Pull away from the TV and the devices as much as you can and set goals. Deliberate time where you set goals and you check up on your goals. Even if you're not doing them, check up. And after a while, they'll be thinking, either I need to make a new goal or I've really got to follow through. It doesn't feel good to have a deliberate meeting every week and not follow through. So keep the meeting no matter what, even if they're not following through. But over time, they probably will. Instilling a love for fitness cannot be done with pressure. If you put pressure on a person, if you make it too emotional, if you talk to them about being fat or something like that, you're actually going to make a person afraid of the fact that they'll never get the results that they want. They'll assume they have to be perfect. Instead, just love it with them. That is definitely the best thing that you can do. If you have enjoyed this video, there is another video that I know that you will love, and it is a full-length class that I've done here on this channel just for you. It's called The Not So Known Secret for Parenting Success. It goes into great detail about formats that you can use and skills and principles to help your family learn to better communicate, take personal responsibility, and achieve their goals. So click on the link to The Not So Known Secret for Parenting Success now.